and a pleasant good evening. And let's try this again. A pleasant good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. For those of you who are new to this, we play the greatest love songs of all time between now and midnight Central Standard Time. So if you are by yourself, ladies, I am your man at night. So enjoy it while you can. Coming up in our last hour, we do a thing we call foreplay, four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. That's in our last hour here on Bedtime Stories. And throughout the night, it's Who Did It Best? Same song, different artists. That's throughout the night here on Bedtime Stories. Those are the rules, all right? And of course, we're on Facebook. We're also on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to see my handsome face, or if you don't want to see my handsome face, go to either Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. All right. Good evening to Deron Williams, who's always in first on Facebook, and I appreciate you, brother. He's one of Val's pals, you know. Happy birthday to Mr. Eddie Willis Levert. Well, we just know him as Eddie Levert, right? You're the OJs, and I want you here with me. Happy birthday, Mr. Levert. Yo, Angie. Let me check my messages from J Lo. If only this were really the real J Lo, I'd be like, hey, babe, next time you come into Chicago, let me know. But of course, I know better. Of course, it's AI generated, it's, or it's a fan based. In other words, there's a fan that's doing all the pictures and everything else, pretending that they're J Lo, and that's okay. Got to do something, right? Yo, Angie, no need to ask what I'm eating. Hmm. Someone spotted the sandwich. Okay. Y'all got food in there. No need to look. They're not for you. Your eyes may shine, your teeth may grit, but none of this Portillo's are you going to get. Mm-mm. Plus, nobody in here likes hot peppers. Oh no, That's the only thing that saved me. They're like, ooh, there's peppers on here. Mm-hmm. Hot ones. That's grown folk stuff. You don't want none of that. Mm. That's for grown peoples. You don't want nan. Nan. Here we go. Show some of my awards over there. Love affair ain't going nowhere. Aldi giving away free grocery blind boxes for 1 week in June. Mm. Oh, really? Blind boxes. Okay. A box will drop online each day, June 22nd to June 25th at noon. They're available on a first come, first served basis while supplies last. There's a snack box, a box filled with fiber, grocery products, a box with protein products, and a mystery box. Ooh, yeah. Not the mystery box. Put that away.
All of your favorite slow jams from back in the day with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
For each other. You need him. Stay. Friday to do. Should do. Stay. How about you? Mm, 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 mm. Happy birthday, Eddie Levert. From all of us here at Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to my sister, Angie Martin Turner. Thank you so much for the Portillos this afternoon. Um, Somebody thought it was for them. I said, oh, it's okay. Yeah. A person can dream, can't they? Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Once again, thank you to Donna Lynn Biggs for letting me sit in for her last night on Biggs Radio. It was good to be back on Biggs Radio. Hopefully, I'll be back on a regular basis real soon. How about that? Yep, that's where I started. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, with Angela Winbush, the first of two in a row, right here on Bedtime Stories. Wow. Boom, 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 boom. Angel. Angel. Wendell Jackson. It's Wendell from Mendo. Good evening, sir. How are you? Good evening, Wendell from Mendo. What happened to my toothpick thingy? Oh, well. Tonight's topic. That's a good question. Let me go ahead and kick it off. Today I posted on Facebook that I'll no longer be begging. So I'll be taking my GoFundMe page down at the end of the month and let the chips fall where they may, because it seems to be perturbing people, if that's such a word, that I'm asking for money because I'm a celebrity. And celebrities don't ask for money, do they? But when people run for office, don't they ask for money? Oh, that's to run for office. But people are just, man, they are just upset that I'm asking for money. Like, who does he think he is? Well, like I always say, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So all I'm doing is just asking, what did you do with your money, Al? Um, Paid bills, rent, car note, phone bill, car insurance, internet, stuff like that. I was even told that I was taking women out. I'm like, women? Wow. How about that? I haven't done that in years. Uh, since I was 50. I don't do that. Taking women out. So I guess because I have a name, I'm not supposed to ask for money. You know, money is supposed to come to me automatically. I said, okay, well, let's see what happens. So once again, as of the end of the month, I will be taking my GoFundMe page down. Somebody told me I needed to go back to work. I'm like, oh, how does that happen? Go back to work. Which one do I go back to? The one that fired me or the one that is no longer in existence? I said, oh, okay. One station shut down totally, just shut down. Close the doors, turn off the lights, that whole thing. So do I go back to that one and sit in the dark? Or do I beg for my job back that I know I'm not going to get? So that's where I am. So that's tonight's topic. Do I go back to a job that I don't have or to a job that doesn't exist? And I should stop asking for money or begging, as I was told. I was like, I'm begging. I didn't know I was begging. It is when you're a celebrity, it looks bad when you're begging, because some places, I guess in some countries, celebrities are revered. So I guess I'm in that country where we're revered and should always have money stashed away. Well, I did, paid my bills, and that was it. Two in a row from Angela Winbush. That is Smile, and before that, Angel, right here on Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to Wendell Jackson, aka Wendell from Mendel, Troy Anthony, and also to Sherry Yvette Withersbanks. Thank you for being on my live, and my sister, Angie Martin Turner. I appreciate you guys. A few days ago, we celebrated the birthday of this gentleman, Mr. Al Hudson from One Way. Here's More Than Friends, Less Than Lovers on Bedtime Stories. Anyone who calls you a celebrity should see an optometrist and a psychiatrist. You're absolutely right, Troy. I never said I was, they did. So I'll let that guy named Robert Money know that he needs to see an optometrist and psychiatrist. You might want to look him up on Facebook. His real name is Robert Kemp. I don't think you want to. I know you ain't scared of nobody, but if you see what he looks like, you might change your mind. You just might back down. Yep. Yeah. One of his cars is a Cadillac. Yeah. And he's the one that wears the nice suits and everything else that are tailor made. Not me. Like, okay, tailor made. Somebody said I had a tailor made leather suit. I was like, a tailor made leather suit? Hmm. So somewhere there's a naked cow running around with no clothes on. I was like, really? Hmm. And it's crazy because they don't believe I have older clothes that still look, relatively new. The leather jacket in question I got from a secondhand store over on what is it, 63rd and Kedzie, I think. Yeah, I was like, wow, tailor-made leather suit. I said, wow, it's just a jacket and a pair of pants. And the pants came from Wish.com in a bag. They were rolled up. So if that's the outfit that they're talking about in question, I'm like, I just lucked up on the leather jacket, just, you know, just happened to fit me. So I guess I shouldn't, according to Troy, I'm not a celebrity, and so therefore I'm just a regular person asking for a handout. Not a hand, but a handout. And at the same time, I never said that I didn't want to work. you know, we were at a function a few months ago at the Oaklawn Hilton, and they said, let's take up a collection for Brother Greer. Oh, he getting paid for this. So yeah, so that cut off all the money that people were going to give me because someone said he's getting paid for this. Well, that money went to pay for one bill. I was like, oh. So, people get jealous. He getting paid. Like, well, yeah, everybody was getting paid. At least I thought. I was like, wow. Oh, he getting paid. I was like, okay. So now that was the end of that. I was like, thank you. I could have paid my car note and car insurance that time. So you never know what people's motives are. You know, had they come to me, I would have told them, and which is what I did yesterday to this gentleman. I let him know. I'm like, he said, don't let people know that you are broke because they'll give you money. I said, oh, that's how you do that. Okay, I got it now. Because people revere you all, revere us, Sherry, as celebrities. And celebrities should be around other celebrities who have money. Like, okay. So when people are listening to us on the radio or if they have an interview on television or something, then you're automatically deemed as a celebrity. So therefore, money is supposed to come to you. I said, "Oh, that's a interesting concept." So no longer will I be asking anyone. So at the end of the month, I will be closing it out. But during the interim, I will be, posting every day until that day. And then after that, after the 29th, I'll cut it off. You're on 400 stations in 4 continents. You have plenty of money. Ah, that's funny. That is the funniest stuff I've ever heard in my life. 400 stations. on 4 continents. Mm-mm-mm. But that's tonight's topic. Should I be asking, or should I just fall back and just let people? Pat Westbrook says, I am a celebrity. Oh, okay. I'm a celebrity who's between blessings or between jobs or one of those things. Oh, there it is. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Thank you, Pat. So I just have to find a different way to get money as opposed to asking. Because when a celebrity asks for money, they're begging. But if you're just a regular person and you ask for money, what does that make you? Just a regular person asking for money, right? So I said, okay, I won't ask. I will not ask anymore. I'm going to go to work wherever it might be. But yep, never will I ask again. 2 in a row from One Way and Al Hudson and Toast of the Other Man. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. I'm on 400 stations on 4 continents. I really wish that were true. But thank you so much, Troy, for pointing that out. Like, what? Am I? Anyway, hello to Pat Westbrook, one of my favorite former co-workers. Yeah, she is one of my favorites because out of all the people that I've ever worked with in radio, she's one of the few people that I still talk to. And that's the truth. You know, she's the only one that I talk to on a regular basis that I worked with. So, you know, I would name some names, but, they might be listening and say, that's not true. I called you the other day. I'm like, the other day, out of 3 or 4 months, you called me because you needed something. But anyway, this is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. And hello and good night to Monique. Thank you for checking in. Who did it best? Here's Walter and Scotty from the Whispers, and I want to know your name. This is Bedtime Stories. I'm like, wow, that's a brilliant concept. The concept is not to ask for money. Oh, okay. I got it now. I totally get it now. So, how do I put it? Oh, donations. I can say donations. I get it now. Donations are welcome, but not expected. So whenever you're giving money out, it's a donation. You're not actually giving it to me. So I got it now. I got it. Perry Williams, I want you on a panel in tribute to Herb Kent on Chicago radio legends. Me? Wow. It would, Perry, it would be my honor because I have plenty of Herb Kent stories to tell. Um, I recall you pulled up at the Holiday Star and we all said, Al Greer's here. Everybody screamed, where? When was this? That is funny. Ah. Uh, love offering, exactly. Yes, I can accept a love offering. So let me see. Paste. Love offerings. That's a different way to put it. Thank you. Thank you, Wendell. But back to you, Perry. I would be it would be my honor. Um, oh, that was decades ago. I know, right? Yes. Love offerings. Um, you keep throwing me off, Pat. I'm trying to talk to Perry. Perry, it would be my pleasure. Um, I've known Herb since I was a kid, since I was 14, 15 years old, when I was a teen DJ on WVON. I snuck in there. You had to be at least 18 to be a teen DJ. Well, I've had this voice since I was, a teenager and a preteen. So got lucky. My dad took me to VON. At that time, they were at 3350 South Kedzie. They put us in a room. They put us in a private studio, or production studio, wherever it was. And they said, "Well, Mr. Kent will be right with you." I was like, "Ooh, he important." They call him Mr. Kent. So Herb finally came out. He had on a dog ear collared shirt. The collar was like down here. Uh, he had a mustache that kind of covered his lip. And, he came out. He said hi to uh, my dad and I. And he walked away. I'll be ready for you in a few minutes. And he was going to escort me into the studio. Well, I'd never been in a real studio before. July 6th on a Monday night at 6 p.m. I'm there. I am there. But my daddy took one look at Herb Kent and said, "You want to be like him?" I said, "Dad, that's the cool gent." My father was not impressed at all. He's like, "He looked like a fool, gent." That's what he looked like. I was like, okay. So I got to be on the air, and it was great because I remember getting home that night. He drove me because I was I didn't even have a license yet. Drove me to the station, brought me home, and I guess everybody on my block had heard me because they were all standing in the middle of the street as if I was, some kind of hero. This was late at night when I went off at like 10 o'clock at night or something like that. And they were all standing in the middle of the street. I never will forget this. And I just thought, wow, I think this is what I want to do the rest of my life because, before that I was getting beat up and threatened and everything else. You know, I was getting picked on, and because of Herb Kent, I was a celebrity at that point, and that's what I wanted to do. That's what I aspired to be. I aspired to be like him, and every time he would DJ somewhere, I would always try to be there. I would always try to be there before he even got there. And I'd be standing outside, my little 130-pound butt, helping him carry his crates of records into wherever he was. He used to DJ at this place called Just Us on 47th, right off of Champlain, where I lived. And like I said, I tried to beat him there. I'd be like, carry your records, sir? So carrying his records turned into a job. He said, well, I want you to be here at this time and come, help me with my records. Well, okay, cool. So wherever he was, I was. That is, if I could get in, if I was, if I didn't get carded. So one thing led to another, and I ended up getting a job in radio. Have you ever been to the Burning Spear, the High Chaparral, or Dingbats? I was, I grew up near the Burning Spear High Chaparral, which was on 77th and Stony Island Avenue. Never got a chance to go to Dingbats. So, of course, at Dingbats, I would have run into um, Irene Mojica, who was a regular there. I would have run into her. So that was it. But I would, like I said, follow him wherever he went. Where I listened to him, and then get the address and go there, and be waiting outside for him. Make a long story short, I ended up getting a job, and I worked out in Gary at WLTH. That was my first real gig that I had, and one thing led to another, and I had to step down as his roadie. He said, every time I hire you back, you get another radio gig. So, and that was the truth. Everybody found out that I was working for Herb Kent. That was. Okay, who did it best? The Intruders or Walter and Scotty? That's I Want to Know Your Name. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Pat Westbrook and also to Perry Williams. He said, He asked me if I wanted to do a tribute to, or be on the panel to give a tribute to Herb Kent. I said it would be my pleasure. Herb was the one that put me on first back in the day when he was at WVON. He did a show called Teen DJ where you got a chance to come down there for an hour and be on the radio. And I never will forget it. I was a teenager. That's what. That's why they call it Teen DJ. And got to pick the songs that I wanted to play, and that was it. I didn't get to play any records or anything because they had a producer down there or a board op, and his name was Cicero. I remember Cicero because we were at Dusty Radio 1390, Perry, and Cicero would come in I think it was either every Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'd come in to clean the cart machines. How about that? Clean the cart machines. Those were the days, right? It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This gentleman celebrated a birthday a few days ago as well. Here's Marcus Miller, along with Michelle and Degacello. This is Rush Over on Bedtime Stories. Yep. Where's that other Marcus Miller song? I don't want to play that one because he's singing on that one. But yep, Cicero used to come in and he was just good to talk to. You remember DJ Fred Marbury? I remember Fred Marbury. He was the owner of Sweet Georgia Browns. I do remember that. He also ran a club called the Player's Choice, which was over on Exchange. As I remember, Richard Peggy wanted me to do a jingle. He said, "How is your falsetto?" I said, "I'm no Eddie Kendricks, but I can hold a tune." So that was it. So I did four-part harmony on a commercial. Kevin Brooks, what's going on? Say hi to Perry Williams. I'm sorry, Perry Williams. And Perry started doing that because of Marv. Marv said, "Your name's not William." Because, see, Marv used to be an English teacher, Marv Dyson. So he was a stickler when it came to, speaking correctly. If he heard us saying this, them, and those on the air, he would run into the studio. We're like, Marv didn't play that. Everyone had to speak the King's English. Yep. And that was it. He never wanted us to look bad to his white friends, to people, period. He didn't want us to look bad on the radio or sound bad on the radio. So. But back to Herb. Marv took Herb off the air. He said, "You have a choice." He said, "Either you continue to go down the path that you're going. In other words, your substance abuse." He said, "Which do you love better? Do you love radio better than you love cocaine?" And that was a wake-up call for Herb. Herb was like, "Well, it's radio that affords me to, get cocaine." But when you weighed it, it was like I love radio more than I love cocaine. Cocaine is okay. It only lasts for however many. But Herb was probably one of the longest broadcasting DJs, radio personalities on the air. He was, he'd been on longer than Uncle Brucey and, you know, his white counterparts, Dick Biondi and all of them. Uh, Not only was he on longer, he outlived them as well. So one year they rated all of the radio personalities from uh, from I think 20 to 1. Herb ranked at number 10. I wish I could pull up that list. It was people like Frankie Crocker, um, Fred Buggs, Tom Joyner, Bobby OJ, Wendy Williams was on that list. Herb was number 10.
He's the love doctor with your prescription. Al Greer with bedtime stories.
I couldn't be more proud of someone that I learned from. He he wasn't number one, but he sure as hell wasn't number 20. I was like, wow. Herb was number 10. And like I said, I couldn't be more proud to be associated with the number 10 ranked radio personality in black radio. It was like, wow. Others didn't quite make the list. People that I thought should have made the list, they did not, you know. And I always, I mean, back then, all I knew was the WVON good guys and the WGRT great guys. Richard Steele, Don St. John, Daddy O'Daly. Those were the only ones that I knew of. But then, what was that lady's name that used to partner with the late mornings on JPC? Daryl Daniels, I think was her name. It was a young lady. Yeah. Deborah Stanley Ridley. Yep. D. Daniels or Daryl Daniels, I think was her name. That partnered on JPC FM. Yeah. But hmm, Herb and Richard used to go at it. You know, Alley Pat. I never heard of Alley Pat. I was introduced to um, WBLS when I was at WLTH back in the day. My good friend, may he rest in peace, Lawrence Whittemore, aka Gary Law. He introduced me. He had this VHS tape, and the VHS tape had uh, who was the morning man at the time? Ken Spiderwebb, Frankie Crocker, Jerry Bledsoe. Um, why can I never remember his name? It'll come to me. But all these interesting voiced people. One of them, he did the Quiet Storm up until the time he made his transition. Great voice. Why can't I think of him? Mornings was um, Fred Moore. Good Lord. Yeah. Mornings was Ken Spider Webb. I forgot who was in the afternoon or middays. But Frankie came on from 4 to 7. Jerry Bledsoe was on. I think Fred Buggs. I think. So, Lawana, hey, what's going on, stranger? But they were some of the greatest voices that I'd ever heard. I was introduced to a whole new group of radio personalities. Cliff Winston, who was at V103 at the time, I begged Cliff Winston to hire me, and just before he was going to hire me, he left. He said, "Man, I'm going to the West Coast," and that was it. Who else? Barry Mayo. I just knew Barry was going to hire me because he had he had dogged out my tape, my audition tape, and I almost quit. And then came, oh man, what is his name? I see his face as clear as day. He was the music director who became the PD and went on to work for Prince. That is Marcus Miller. That is from the soundtrack of Boomerang. I heard that Sunday night on the Smooth Jazz Cafe. I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot about that song. It was featured in the movie, and it was just played in the background. Marcus was waiting for his girl to come, and then they showed Eddie had on this blue suit, and then it was stuff going on in the background, and that song was playing. That was in the soundtrack, but it never became a single, and it's called Boomerang from Marcus Miller. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio, DB Chicago, WRLN Radio, a radio media station, WBOE, which belongs to Reggie Miles, and of course, My Jam Radio, which belongs to Mike Biggie Brown, also known as Mike Breezy. More bedtime stories next. Loana, Bob Mayo played keyboards for Pretty Frampton. He's probably better than whatever person you mentioned. Oh no. Alley Pat. I'm gonna have to look him up. I'm sure there's some stuff on Alley Pat on YouTube. Alley Pat is on YouTube. Cool. I'm gonna look him up. Oh, what was this? I can't think of the other guy who was doing middays, who ended up doing Quiet Storm before he passed. I wish I could think of his name right now. Alley Pat. uh, what is his name? But he had the deepest voice. I mean, one night he had Barry White on his show, and it's like, man, I'm sure they tore up some woofers that night. What is? I can't. Ooh, I hate. I can't think of his name. But I'm gonna look up Alley Pat before I go to bed, man. Alley Pat. In fact, let me write that down now. That's not a pen. That's glue. Don't forget to sign up. It's $100 to enter, and you could win that money back. $1,000. I'm one of the judges, along with Danny Boy and Dinah Lynn Biggs and BLT, comedian BLT. So that should be interesting. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Kevin Brooks, thank you so much. I'm going to look this alley pad up. As a matter of fact, while while I'm on the computer, I'm gonna set it up so I can watch Alley Pat or listen to Alley Pat when I get off the air. I've never heard of him. Alley Pat. He must have been a bad motor scooter. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed with never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Also, hello to Lawana Trailer. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you. Welcome back. Here are the three tenors of soul: Russell Tompkins, William Hart, and Ted Mills. Why can't I think of this man's name? Dr. King often appeared on his show. Dr. King and Hosea Williams were funny when they appeared on his show. Oh, really? Okay. I'm sorry, I can't see. I cannot see Dr. King being funny, you know? DJ Alley Pat. Got him. On WYZE. Just another wild day in a 35-year radio career of Atlanta, Georgia's legendary Alley Pat. Got it. I'm gonna listen to him too. Thank you. What is that guy's name? List of WBLS DJs. I know. 4,200 watts. Hmm. I cannot find this man's name. Hmm. Let me go back to Frankie Crocker. Maybe something will come up from there. Hmm. Oh well, I'll be back. Von Harper. I got it. Von Harper. Von Harper was his name. His voice was ridiculously deep. Dr. King was known to crack some raunchy jokes. I can't. I. I. I I'm sorry. I can't see uh, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. cracking raunchy jokes. Uh-uh. Von Harper was his name. Ridiculously deep. Alley Pat. I'm gonna have some fun tonight listening to him. Mm-mm. Okay, we don't have to say who did that one best. Both of them, both groups gave flavor to the song Too Much Heaven. From the Bee Gees and the Three Tenors, Russell Tompkins Jr., Ted Mills from, of course, Blue Magic, William Hart from the Delphonics, and of course, Russell being from the Stylistics and the New Stylistics. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Kevin Brooks has put me on to another DJ from the past. His name is Ali Pat. He said that Andrew Young said Dr. King would give Eddie Murphy a challenge. Ali Pat served as Dr. King's bondsman when he was jailed. How about that? Learn something new every night right here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, singer, songwriter, and pianist. Here's Brenda Russell playing her piano in the dark, which some of you all were doing last week, right? No joke. No joke. This is Bedtime Stories. Von Harper, I could not think of his name until I went into the bathroom, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Are you standing there over the toilet and said, Von Harper, yeah. Yeah, idiot. Yeah. Von did the Quiet Storm until he passed. That was the only shift that he could hold, I tell you. I'm like, good, great, goodly muggly. He used to talk about me having a deep voice, so deep he had to keep it in his shoe. Back in the day when I ruled the late night airwaves on GCIE. Yep, Von Harper, Jerry Bledsoe, Ken Spiderweb, and Webb was his real name. He just put Spider in the middle. it kind of it was kind of catchy. And of course, the Chief Rocker, Frankie Crocker. If Frankie Crocker isn't on your radio, then your radio isn't really on. I was like, man, that boy bad. I am. I'm sorry I never got a chance to meet him.
Hi, this is Dee Dee, one of Al's gals, and you're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio.
So right. Mm-mm. So good. Can you imagine Dr. King being a comedian? Dr. King, like you've never seen him before. Dr. King is raw. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. Dr. King is delirious. Directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans. Or Robert Townsend, whichever. Two in a row from Brenda Russell. So good, so right to be with you tonight, or any night, especially the nights where it's raining. I don't know what it is about rain and being in the bed with somebody, unless you got a dog. That's a different story. Or a cat, for that matter. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to Kevin Brooks. And I'm going to look up Alley Pat later on. I've already got it set. So when I get off the air, I'm going to listen to Alley Pat. So anyway, happy Taco Tuesday. Or for those gentlemen who are naughty, happy Breast Tuesday. I was talking to my sister earlier. She asked me, "What was the first concert you ever went to?" I said, "Well, I went to see James Brown at the amphitheater back in the day when we graduated from high school." She said, "I saw Isaac Hayes at Push." You're the thing I waited for so long. I want you, girl. Two more. Good evening, Miss Hill. Mm-mm, 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 mm. Make love to you. Our fantasy. How are you, Miss Hill? Did you get moved in? Well, pieces to go. Can I say Tata Tuesday? Yeah, Tata Tuesday.
Putting you to bed, but not to sleep. It's Al Greer with Bedtime Stories.
Fully moved in by Saturday. All right. And I know it's here to stay. Believe me when I say, please live with me. So they're saying that it's going to be another storm coming our way. Another one coming our way. Come live with me. Something's going on back there. Just as long as the world is round, I swear I'll let you down. From his album Chocolate Chip, that is Isaac Hayes, and Come Live With Me right here on Bedtime Stories. Hello to Miss Hill. Thank you for checking in to Bedtime Stories on Facebook. I appreciate you all. And of course, anybody can check in on Facebook. Come on now, 77. Oh, good. I'm giving out my personal phone number. Anyway, you can check me out on Facebook at Al Greer. That's Al. That's AL, not to be confused with AI. Greer, Greer. That's Al Greer on Facebook. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. As I told you earlier, my sister said the first concert she went to was to see Isaac Hayes. Now, back in the day, they used to have Operation Push, and they would always have, I forgot the name of it, but they would have it every year. The Jackson Five would be there. One year, Sammy Davis Jr. was there. So, yep, that's where you got to see all of the latest artists of that day, and didn't have to pay an arm and a leg just to see them. Speaking of Isaac Hayes, he was also a composer producer. He produced this one for Donald Byrd. This is called Feel Like Loving You Today here on Bedtime Stories. This just in. Rapper Mystical sentenced to 20 years in prison in a 2022 rape case. You ain't seen bouncing back. I guess they saw him coming. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You keep bumping me against the wall. You ain't seen bouncing back.
If there was one thing he could do, you would think it was keep a pool clean. He can't even get that right. And this has become a conundrum for Fox News. You know, it's one thing when Trump says the sky is green and they agree, but when he says the pool is blue, you have to find a way to make that work. I'm here at the newly renovated reflecting pool. It's painted American flag blue. And the Democrats are going to tell you, oh, there's green algae, it looks so bad. But there's pool guys cleaning it up right now. No other president would do that. Abraham Lincoln wouldn't have done that. He couldn't have done it. He didn't have the courage to do it. People are really going off the deep end with this very shallow pool. You know, while Fox is busy with their usual gaslighting, the gang from Real America's Voice is breaking out the Reynolds Wrap hats. There's algae in here again. I feel like it's sabotage. They're pumping something into this. I don't know if it's air or what. And what a shame. Because in the end, after all the work that was done, after as proud as I was of President Trump for finally getting this thing fixed, we're back to green. And again, is it nefarious? I tend to think so. My God, the algae is working with Antifa. Of all the many dumb and crazy problems that Donald Trump has created, never did I imagine that one of them would be algae. You know, we get flooded with so much insanity from the president himself. It's easy to forget about all the many fanciful flunkies who blindly do his bidding. And one of those people is a congressman and current frontrunner for governor of Florida, a guy named Byron Donalds.
Our kids have to be prepared to hit the ground running on day one. And being able to master reading is at the core of that.
Well, at least they spelled Florida right, because they did not do it with achievability. Another dumb. And then we turn to an old favorite, a guy I really missed because he provided us with a ton of material when he was running for Senate in Georgia. Former Heisman Trophy winner and Trump's ambassador to the Bahamas, the always entertaining Herschel Walker.
Hello, I'm Ambassador Herschel Walker. I have an important message for Americans visiting or living in the Bahamas. The beautiful waters here are one of the reasons people love to visit these islands. But I need to warn you about some serious dangers associated with renting jet skis.
You do? Well, as always, Herschel, you have my undivided attention. Here's Herschel Walker with some sea do's and sea don'ts.
We've lost American lives to preventable accidents. Multiple visitors have been hospitalized. America has also been sexually assaulted by jet ski operators who took victims to accidented islands. Many watercraft are unsafe and operators are unlicensed and uninsured. That's why U.S. government employees are banned from renting or riding jet skis.
I get the feeling somebody gave him this boarding video project the same way you give your kids a box of crayons at a restaurant. This sounds like the plot to an episode of Baywatch Nights. And then finally, we got some insight into our Secretary of Health and Reptile Handler, Robert Kennedy Jr., from his sister, Carrie, who regaled Aaron Burnett last night with a story about her big brother at her 4-year-old daughter's birthday party.
When she was maybe 4 years old, we were having our little birthday party, and I found a snake. So I called Bobby, and he grabbed the snake and stuffed it into the pillowcase while he was holding his infant son. And he reached into the bag, and this snake was just chomping on his hand. And he pulled out the snake to show the kids. Then there was a mole, which looks like a mole, a combination of a mole and a mouse. And he grabbed that with his hand, and he put it into the bag with the snake, which made all the kids scream. So then he shoved his hand back into the pillowcase and grabbed the snake, which chomped on him a few more times.
Putting you to bed, but not to sleep. It's
Now
Al
that's a
Greer.
fun uncle, huh? The old snake in a pillowcase trick. Then, there's a then.
We went over to his house a mile away. There were tons of kids in the swimming pool, and he released this snake that had chomped on his hand into the swimming pool.
And he's worried about adding fluoride to the water? This is something the Joker would do out of her. This is one of the nuttiest stories I've ever heard about anyone. That's a story you hear about Gary Busey on the set of the Bunny Show. And that is the man in charge of our children's vaccinations, folks. Thanks to Donald J. Trump, our president. You know, he aced all the cognitive tests. No president has had his brain examined more times in office than Donald Trump. Just ask him. He loves to brag about how well he did on these dementia tests. And while he is very impressed with this, I don't know that others should be. So we sent a camera to camp outside a local cannabis shop here in Hollywood to give customers exiting the store the same cognitive exam Trump took. And the following is their brain on.
Are you coming from the weed shop?
Yes.
Would you say you're high?
Yes.
Okay. Are you high?
Yep.
Are you high now?
Yeah, like kind of violently. Like right now, I feel like my shoes are like a little too big, and I just noticed that, so I'm kind of freaking the f out over it.
How much of your days and weeks do you spend high?
24 hours? Like hours? 24 hours a day?
Trump took a cognitive test a while ago, and he hasn't stopped bragging about how well he did.
Who did?
Donald Trump.
Who?
Do you feel like you have extreme intelligence?
In certain ways.
Okay, so this is the first question on the test. What's the first animal?
Animal? A lion.
Right. And what comes next?
A rhinoceros. This is a rhino.
And then which one is after that?
A camel.
At what age do you think you mastered these animals?
Say maybe 2. That is a lion, right? So rhinoceros.
Every time I say the letter A, you just raise your hand. Okay? M,
Okay, comma. I'm going back to bed. Period.
A, J, K, just for A.
It's the A sound.
I'm going to read you 5 words, and then you'll just repeat them back to me. Face, velvet, church, daisy, red. Can you draw that one for us?
When I was young, my mom locked me in the box like this. That's why I'm claustrophobic.
Wow. Are you sure you're high?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then you read these numbers backwards to me, okay? 7, 4, 2.
742.
Okay, 7 backwards.
247.
Great. List all the words you know that start with S.
All of the words that I know that start with F.
Yes.
Filipino.
Our love so far. The Blackbirds and Love So Fine. Before that, Feel Like Making Love. Donald Byrd featuring Mr. Isaac Hayes on piano. Feel Like Making Love from the 125th Street album. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just about 9 minutes away from foreplay. Tonight, of course, we salute the OJs on Eddie Levert's birthday. And we might play some more Levert, his sons whom he lost. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. It is. Troy Anthony, are you still being heard in Paris? I don't think they listen to us in Paris, but thank you for pointing that out. Hello to Miss Hill. She's almost moved in. She'll be fully moved in by Saturday. I hate to move. I really do. I am dreading moving, which is why I'm probably still here now. I am dreading that because I have so much stuff. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, here are the Manhattans, Girl of My Dream on Bedtime Stories. In Paris. That's funny.
Tracy T, one of Al's gals, and you're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Stories.
Mm, 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 mm. To be loved so bad. Ugh. Oh yeah. The Manhattans. Yeah. The the Manhattans and oh, there we go. All right. That's better. Always helps when you turn the button on. The Manhattans, and it feels so good to be loved so bad here on Bedtime Stories. We're WOSD Radio, DB Chicago, WRLN Radio, a Ray Neal media station, WBOE, the best of everything, and MyJamRadio.com. Coming up, it'll be time for foreplay. And an 8 by 10 picture mounted in a frame. With over 20 years of experience, they freeze precious moments in time through great videos, photos, and superb editing. So give them a call at 312-623-9587. 312-623-9587. Their motto is Hollywood results at economic prices. 3E's video and editing service and photography too. Experience an unforgettable evening of purpose, passion, and inspiration at the Art of Life Gala, a breast cancer fundraiser in Chicago. Join us for a night of art, music, healing, and hope, supporting breast cancer awareness, survivor programs, education, and research. June 20th, 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at Zalby Art Center at 1029 West 35th Street in Chicago, Illinois. Enjoy music by DJ Runnell, hosted by Barbara Giles. And don't forget to wear pink. Bring hope and make an impact. Get your tickets and donate now at Eventbrite. For more information, call 773-993-7324. That's 773-993-7324. The Art of Life Gala, June 20th, 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at Zalby Art Center, 1029 West 35th Street in Chicago, Illinois. Remember, together we turn awareness into action. Presented in partnership with WCHI Biggs Radio, Chicago. He's back at it again, coming to you with back-to-back shows. It's the one and only saxophonist Carlos Cannon. Sunday, June 21st, Father's Day, at the Grand Ballroom, 6351 South Cottage Grove, with comedy and smooth jazz. Get your laugh on with comedian T-Ray, with music by DJ Mac. Advance admission is $35. VIP is $45, which gets you closer to the stage. And first for dinner. At the door, it's $40. Dinner is $25, featuring barbecue, spaghetti, and string beans. Doors open at 4. Showtime at 5:30 p.m. at the Grand Ballroom, 6351 South Cottage Grove, on Sunday, June 21st. Father's Day. It's comedy and smooth jazz, starring Carlos Cannon, one of Chicago's finest saxophonists, comedian T-Ray, and music by DJ Mac. This is a Cannon Entertainment production. All right, I'm ready. Okay. Bedtime Stories. It is time for foreplay. Originally from Canton, Ohio. They started out as a 5-man group back in the late 60s, early 70s. Towards the early 70s, two of the group members, they decided, this group ain't going nowhere. So they decided to leave, leaving them as a trio: William Powell, Walter Williams, and of course, Eddie Levert, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, Mr. Levert. Tonight, we feature in foreplay the music of the OJs. This is Loving You on Bedtime Stories. Paradise. Heard in Paris? I doubt it.
It's foreplay inside bedtime stories with Al Greer.
Yo, Nikki, yeah, set me up on TikTok, please. I'm on Facebook Live, I'm on Twitch, and I'm on YouTube. I think I'm gonna drop YouTube and pick up TikTok because I'm not getting any traction on YouTube. Nobody's watching me on YouTube. So as soon as you set me up on TikTok, because I'm using Restream to go to broadcast on 3 different platforms, and YouTube, I'm gonna get nothing. 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 Okay.
Long. I think actors are eventually going to be replaced by robots, and it's not gonna. They're not going to need human actors anymore. And I was like, what? Are you crazy? That's true.
Yeah, I did actually make that prediction. Yeah, we were sitting around late night writing, and I don't know how I stumbled across it in my brain, but it's like, no, there's a good chance with automation that we could be replaced.
Of all the jobs to think of,
No
way it's weird.
Yeah.
Acting would pop into your head.
Well, I was a computer programming major in college.
Yeah, but this still seems like, it's almost like a psychic ability or something.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there was a brief window in time in 1995 when I could see the future.
And the window closed?
It did close.
Did you make any other predictions?
I did.
Yeah, the same night I predicted robots, I was hit with a deluge of visions. Really? And I wrote them down and sealed them in an envelope marked 1995. In fact, I have it on me.
American YouTube doesn't go to the other continents. You're heard. Oh, no wonder. Okay, we'll just drop YouTube. And we'll go with the TikTok. TikTok. You don't stop. Current viewers on your channel.
Let's do some foreplay with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
Hmm. Let's see now. Copy. Paste. Oh, well, I'm trying. I tried and I tried and I tried. Huh. Brings in like 50K a year. Ooh. Yeah, hook me up, niece. Hook me up. Hook me up, please. Thank you.
You're in the middle of foreplay with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
My niece says I need to be on TikTok so I can get paid. How many people have experienced? Let's try that again. How many people have experienced that? Your body's here with me, but your mind is elsewhere. I'm sure that's happened to you guys at least once. Me, I don't know, many times. Wrapping up foreplay on the OJs right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to my niece, Nikki Turner. Thank you. She said, I'm coming home this weekend. Let's check it out. Meaning she's going to put me on TikTok because obviously nobody's watching me on YouTube. A few people are watching on Twitch and they want me to switch over to something else. And of course, my core audience is on Facebook. So she going to hook me up this weekend so I can make some moolah. Here's more from the OJs. Help me, somebody, help me, please. Help me, please. This is Bedtime Stories.
Is a talented actress you know from just about every show you ever liked. Her latest, alongside Jason Bateman and David Harbour, is DTF St. Louis. You have it, right? What, shirts? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Does it give you more peace and stuff? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I wish I had it, but, you'd have more peace and stuff. But it is just, they would say, on its premiums. DTF St. Louis is on HBO Max now. Please welcome Linda Cardellini. Good to see you. You know Will Ferrell, right? I do. We've worked together several times. I played his wife in Daddy's Home. Oh, I am too. And then he produced Dead to Me and No Good Deed, the two shows that I was on Netflix. Excellent.
Ooh, pardon me. Pardon me. Somebody cut my nap short, asking me about a sandwich. Gee, I wonder who it was. He's gone. He's gone to work now, though. Him gone. Help me to get back on my feet.
Next to bedtime stories with Dr. Al Greer, where we put you to bed but never to sleep.
I guess you got your hooks in me. I just can't break free. Mm, mm, yes, you got your hooks. Excuse me. Can't break free. Oh, baby. And I just can't. Mm-mm. You got your hooks. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Your hooks in me. Oh, oh, baby. I love that part. Hmm. You got your hooks in me. The OJs. Four plus two more. Right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. My niece will be home this weekend, so she's going to get me on TikTok. And that's when the big bucks roll in, right? we'll, we shall see what we shall see. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This song was originally from the movie Sparkle, redone by this group, En Vogue, giving him something he can feel. Well, she gives me something I can feel. You feel me? It's bedtime stories. And he can feel you. Giving him something he can feel on.
Just got better with the original Peanut Butter Brother. That's what we call him. Al Greer and Bedtime Stories on WOSDRadio.com.
Ugh. Can feel the under. She is the undisputed queen of soul. That is Aretha Franklin, giving him something he can feel from the soundtrack of Sparkle. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. His real name is Michael Lawrence Tyler, but you probably know him better as Mystical. He's reportedly been sentenced to 20 years in prison following a 2022 rape case. He said if I did that, then he deserved the maximum sentence. He previously spent time in prison for an unrelated rape case. Hmm, just can't get it together, can you, Mr. Tyler? Anyway, it is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Last night, I had the pleasure of sitting in for Dinah Lynn Biggs. I always call her Biggs. I've called her Biggs since day one. Dinah Lynn Biggs. And we were doing a tribute to the R&B divas because, of course, it is Black Music Month. So this is one of the songs I didn't get to play. This is Fantasia. This is my mix of her collards and cornbread mixed with Your Precious Love by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. Hope you enjoy it on Bedtime Stories.
amazing. But what I like most about it, it's so interactive. And my views have increased by thousands, my phone has blown up, and my business exploded immediately. It's so exciting. I hope your business is exploding like mine is. Besides, I couldn't just let Kirk Franklin outdo me because you did his website too. Anyway, thank you so much for my brand new website, IamMelvamore.com. Thank you.
Be on the lookout for a man who robbed a store. And I think we do have his description. We take that? Let's take his description. Hey! What do you mean, babe? That's it!
We have been giving our members free stuff every Tuesday.
Now, I'm sure most of you have heard that I have a huge excuse me, country music collection, but that's irrelevant. I have one interest here today, and that one interest is dance. I want to see you dance, and I want to see you smile. Understood? Oh, I barely saw you there. You look like a needle. You look like a gutted worm. You look like the number 11. What are you, Mary Kate or Ashley? I insert a tampon bigger than you. I don't teach by the pound. You shave it. What do you think this is? Busch Gardens? Trim it. Flatten it. Ah, look who freed Willie. Well, Spotty. Grecian tanker. You've got more chins than a Chinese phone book. How about some butter for those rolls? We do the mashed potato here. We don't eat the mashed potato. Please. You gonna keep the baby? I hope so. Ah, and what's your situation? Did you grow up next to a nuclear power plant? You look like you were yanked through a closed door. You're never gonna make it as a dancer, Sister Sledge. If I were you, I'd kill myself. I might be called that. It was a metaphor. Girls, if you...
So you don't know what to post? Come here, let me show you something real quick. Before I drop these gems, though, I want for you to drop in the comments how many followers you have. That way we're going to go back and track out.
Fans.
Specific qualities that Tracy Mason had: the intelligence, the discretion, the specific character of a man who understood that you protect the people who let you in.
Look, I'm showing my dad how to turn off some weird warning light that pops up on the dashboard. Don't rush third love. My oven is my second love.
Okay.
Why are people...
Oh, that looks different.
Why does 25-year-old Glorilla never date anyone? The reasons behind it are heartbreaking. Glorilla, as a rising star in the rap world, always brings us surprising new works. However,
What's that, guys?
Fantasia says she's sleeping with the one she loves, and she ain't ashamed of it. I heard that, Fantasia.
You got something? What is on your face? It's me! It's me!
I'm Mike Love. Unpopular opinion. A lot of Gen Xers are undiagnosed neurodivergents. Let me explain. This morning, Sunday night, gave the president and his acolytes
The most dangerous man you will ever meet.
Y'all, stop paying for Wi-Fi.
And also about James Murray. 1, 2, we're through. Yes, we are through. Thank you so much for staying up with me. To my niece, Nikki. Also to Troy. To everybody who chimed in. Deron Williams, Henry Cooper. You too, Troy. Thank you so much. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Monique, and to you too, Lady Lynn and Miss Hill. Good night.